You really had to announce on Tuesday, Eagle. I guess we just need to make an extra video this week. I'm Swiss Cheese, and with me always is Jefferson, and the two of us are with the disc golf world. Today's episode is brought to you thanks to Bad Billy Disc Golf. Elevate your style, elevate your game with Bad Billy Disc Golf. They've got you covered with everything from fresh graphic tees for your casual rounds to my personal favorite, the Course to the Cocktails collection, which is the perfect fit to wear at the bar after your bogey-filled round and might even land you a score you can be happy about. Use code DGW2024 for 20% off your order at Bad Billy Disc Golf. Make sure to check out the link below.
Out of nowhere, like a Randy Orton RKO, Eagle goes to Instagram to make the rumors official. He went on to say, "It has been challenging keeping this a secret, but alas, the news is here. I would like to proudly announce my new partnership with MVP Discs. To say I'm excited is an understatement. I truly could not be more thrilled about this new endeavor in my professional disc golf career. MVP has so much to offer. Despite their massive rise in the past few years, they still have their noses to the grindstone and are set on new heights. I was able to visit the MVP headquarters in Michigan in the beginning of January, and I must say that the operation MVP has is state-of-the-art and truly impressive. There's so many positives moving forward. Thank you for this amazing opportunity, MVP. I'm honored now to say that I am now a full-fledged gyronaut." He adds, "P.S. The boys are back in town. And all is right in the world again. We only had to go one season without the Crush Boys back together. Just didn't feel like disc golf. Now for at least the next 5 years, we will see them side by side again, hopefully continuing to give us some awesome content."
Next disc in the Simon line, we have, no, I got the wrong box. Where are the pixels? Right over here.
For everyone talking shit about the MVP marketing team, are you going to apologize now? Or are we all going to forget about the fans claiming to never throw their discs again? Disc golfers are some drama queens sometimes. I'm glad MVP only waited a couple days after the cryptic message revealed it was for the Pixel release. I was afraid the Gyronauts were going to revolt, but come on, after all this hype, there was no way Eagle wasn't going to sign the MVP.
Eagle signing marks the final end to the death crawl of an offseason. Sure, we have Gossage, Eliezra, and Antala still remaining, but with Gannon and Eagle taking up the mass volume of this winter's conversation for the public, the offseason is officially over. Shame on all those brands for waiting till after these announcements when the entire community is burned out by continued reports and rumors. Now none of your signing promos will gain any traction. See Alden Harris Discmania announcement for reference. How does this signing look for Eagle and MVP's futures, however? Eagle's 5-year deal gives him the stability in an upcoming lean market while navigating the uncertainty of his return from surgery this offseason. Apart from the security this contract provides, it also puts him in a prime position to still sign another deal at the age of 30, similar to Simon or Paul. In other words, he's not old. Not necessarily in payout per year, but attaching himself to the brand for the remainder of his career with a dedicated disc lineup. Oh, and it's not bad when MVP signs your dad and girlfriend either. What is interesting is Eagle has stated that he was offered more money but felt a better fit with MVP in his departure announcement. Now, there are more details in a contract than base in years. That certainly also swayed Eagle's decision. However, MVP has now been able to attract arguably the two largest disc golfers in the sport. There has to be something more than how nice Brad and Chad are. The brand's plans to grow even further and obvious willingness to spend has attracted two of the top 4 disc movers in the game in back-to-back seasons now. Paul and Tatar are the others for reference. MVP has become a major player in the sport in a few years while the game grew to its largest heights. A credit needs to be made that the company continued to look to capitalize on its fortunate circumstances. Instead of investing in expansion projects, disc lineup, or production like most other manufacturers, they instead made the obvious investment in the players. A commitment that is often preached but rarely practiced by nearly all other manufacturers in this sport. Yet MVP has now shown that commitment over the last 3 years with their extension and payout for Conrad after the Holy Shot, locking in Simon for 10 years, and now a healthy 5-year contract for Eagle. All these players have and will be releasing new discs with them attached, essentially allowing 3 separate releases of a new disc to the lineup with a prototype, player or tour series release, and finally a stock lineup release, creating excitement and demand from fans and collectors alike, along with tons of sales. No wonder why in many areas they are so difficult to come by. Yet these signings will certainly help build the brand even further in Europe also. There are several reasons why Discmania is one of the top sellers in Europe, but a lot of it has been built on the marketing and popularity of both Simon and Eagle. No reason why similar footholds cannot be made by MVP. Now also add their signings of Silva Sarnen, it's easy to see their eyes are on that market also. Adding another young European talent MPO player in the future would not be surprising, and more than likely round out their entire roster. Add the fact that they were able to take Paul Krantz, another young and up-and-comer that is now attached. They already have 2 of last year's Rookie of the Years and to mold into the brand. I'm struggling to see the holes in MVP's current lineup. Sure, they might not have as deep of a team, but who they do have will undoubtedly make a big impact, and not just next season, but the years to come. Being virtually unknown 5 years ago, I think it's safe to say MVP likes the position they are in.
I don't know where the rumor of Eagle getting his own streamlined disc started, but after announcing that his first signature series is going to be the Envy, I don't know if I'm buying that anymore. It doesn't make sense why MVP would want their new signee and arguably one of the best disc golfers of all time throwing non-gyro molds. You built your brand on this being in the future. Seems like a real waste not having Eagle constantly promoting the technology. I do understand if MVP wants to try and rebuild Streamline since it appears they're doing nothing. Simon posted a video shortly after the Eagle announcement. If you haven't already checked it out, make sure to do so. We did get to learn a few new things, like Simon smelling like a middle school locker room with too much Axe body spray, Eagle's new disc being referred to as
Rebirth.
Everyone converting to MVP now, including Pat. And if Eagle's first throw was a sign of how this year will go, a lefty metal hit is a good start. Before writing this video, Swiss and I talked if the gyro technology actually worked. Our speculation might not come to an end, but Simon did ask Eagle, so let's listen to what he has to say, not us.
Gyro does work. Fun fact, at USDGC, I was testing out some of Simon's discs. I threw a neutron dimension and I ripped a shot on hole 12. And then I ripped a dimension and it went probably 70 feet farther.
If you didn't watch the video, there were a few bombs dropped that could have been swept under the rug, but we got you covered. In the entire video, Eagle throws left-handed as he is still recovering from labrum surgery. It was said he has about a month left until he can start throwing right-handed again. But that won't be the first time he's throwing the new MVP discs, as before he mentioned testing some out at USDGC. Just makes you wonder how long Eagle has known he was making that switch. For everyone who thought Eagle and Simon's bags were going to be the same, that could not be more wrong. Eagle even adds to that by not approving the pixel, saying it's too deep in his hand. Must have been a shot for pranking him with that shirt earlier.
In other signings, it's official Alden Harris is with Discmania for the next 2 years. They posted his announcement over on YouTube that included building his first bag with friend and now teammate Gavin Babcock. If you're unfamiliar with Discmania's lineup, this is a great video to get a glimpse of their discs in a fast-paced yet informative way. I love the concept and I'm glad they did something different than Gannon burrs in the bag. It's cool to see creativity from a manufacturer. It does look like Alden will be putting with what I'm calling Discmania's new P2 because everyone on the team be using it. We'll be getting the classic forced over, overstable approaches from Alden with a Cybertruck of a disc, the Mutant. He mentioned going back to his roots with the MD3, and I can't wait to see what else will officially make his bag. And that's everything we got for you today. Yeah, on a Tuesday. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get your regular scheduled video tomorrow. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the disc golf world. And make sure to check out Bad Billy Disc Golf, link in the description. Thanks again for supporting. Oh, and if you want to know what Gannon Burr is going to be bagging, check out the video right here.